Good morning. Let's see if there is sound. Good morning. Yeah, there is. Oh, good morning to everyone again. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Well, it seems that we're having a green Heiken-Ashi on the daily, which will suggest bullish price action. Momentum green dot and Heiken-Ashi turning green. On the weekly still looks very bad, but on the daily it feels like we're going up, and I think I have to long. Let's see the lower time frames. 4 hour. The money flow is just starts to go up. Let's see the 3 hour. Yeah, here the money flow is good, going up. 1 hour, it seems a little bit exhausted. We have momentum going down, but the money flow is still increasing. 45 minute, looking bullish. 30 minute also the money flow still going up, although we have already divergence on the momentum. 15 minutes, well, I would say we have a divergence here on price versus momentum, and probably we're going to print another red dot and start going down. However, if we break this level, it would be crazy bullish. So we have to see what we're going to do. Yeah, I think we're going to get rejected soon, but that's my 2 cents. Yeah, if we start getting rejected, we have to break through the cloud to have bearish price action. If we stay in the cloud, it's not likely to dump, but we have to break this cloud. Also, the daily Ichimoku looks a little bit bullish. I think we have room to go here until 22, 21.8. We have plenty of room to go. Yeah. So we are above the pivot now. Maybe we will backtest this pivot, which is actually the cloud at 19k. So I think we're going to test this cloud again. Now we're testing this week on the 4 hour, and volume delta is going down. Yes, as you can see, there was some divergence here, bullish divergence on the volume delta, and we went up. We'll see what happens, but it looks a little bit bullish to me. Of course, we can always get rejected hard, and you know, the key would be breaking the cloud, the Chimoku cloud at 19k. So the Bitcoin price interest is going up, which is nice. We went up to 50. Good. That means that we have bottomed out. It's very interesting if this is the wall, if this is the bottom at 17.6, or we have another bottom soon. So I suppose that we will find out soon, next week, if we have another bottom. So I think next week, if we don't dump, I'm definitely looking to buy some Bitcoin and go long. So that would be my play. Okay. Starting to get rejected here. This works also. It will go down a little bit. How much? We don't know. I'm playing Keyspoon Crypto Analysis and I'll have a breakfast.
Folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. So, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. Yesterday it was really fun with the whole stream. Afterwards, people were requesting, hey, can we do another stream today, and so on and so forth. No, we can't. And it's really easy to explain why not. Yesterday that was really a special event. FOMC, the whole market, it was unclear what would happen. So it was actually a best case to provide a market analysis and to be live and to check how the market will react. But as you know, I'm providing a full analysis for paid subscribers. So if I'm going now to provide streams all the time, what is the attraction to have a paid sub if I'm providing the same information for free subs as well? It doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm not going to do it. We can make some exceptions sometimes on special events, but I'm not going to provide all the time now all informations for free. That's not the idea behind. Absolutely not. So I'm really happy that you enjoyed yesterday. That was the main goal behind that. But as mentioned, we can do some exceptions in the future. I will provide more information like today, for example, with space. That was also very big fun for me. But that's it. So, you know, we need we will make some kind of events in the future, but not every day. Okay, so let us go forward. So weights ratio 30 days moving average, the daily one indicating 54, so the weights ratio is lifting up, also indicating that weights are sending more bitcoins to the centralized exchanges, to the spot market. However, at the moment just too early to say if it's going to go up once again, just indicating they are just preparing the next steps. That's something we really need to see if that's going to happen, because in such case that wouldn't be very bullish at all. So but as mentioned, it's just too early and we need to see what's going to happen next. Let us go forward and check what's happening here. So what we see here is that the weights ratio 30 hours moving average was lifting up. It's declining, however, at 90. And that's really big. We need to see if it wants to go even more, because that would be critical and indicating that the sell pressure will rise even more. Also indicating we could go down more. Well, in the trend channel we have, as mentioned just before, we can go even to 18.3 or something at the moment to retest the lower trend line, and that would even just match very well to the current support we have there at almost 18,400. We bounced there twice now, and so it wouldn't surprise me if we go exactly in that direction, just retest that area. So we need to see what they do. As you see also here, for example, weights ratio at 83 at the moment, it's not really indicating right now in last hour something big, so it declined a little bit. Stablecoin supply lifted up a little bit, declining, and also stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, as you see here, it's declining once again. It sometimes it looks like a little bit they let mine some stablecoins to make a bullish operation, and when they are done, taking profit and then burn them again. Well, however, we need to see what's going to happen here if such dumps appears once again, because as mentioned also in the last few days, these dumps usually indicating that's bullish. I mean, doesn't mean we can't go down even a little bit more. I'm still convinced we are not going to see any big new low for this year. So we can go to 17.7 just to retest our current bottom and to go up again. I'm still much more bearish for next year than for this year. So, but we will see. And I mean next year after the first half of 2023. Still think that the first half of 2023 could be bullish. Could be. We need to see. I don't have a crystal ball here, not yet. So let us go forward. Inflow activity. Well, what happened here? As you see, we received a lot of Bitcoin. It was a lot of Bitcoin, but it wasn't that much. If we are talking, for example, yesterday, 9 p.m. here, that was 1 hour after we received the interest rate decision, we received 2,700 Bitcoins. And a few hours later, that was almost midnight here in Central Europe, we received within 2 hours 3,000 Bitcoins. While, for example, this outflows maintained relatively low, indicating they are accumulating once again Bitcoins on spot exchanges. And something we can even see, and I will show you just in next minute. However, stablecoin outflows here indicating they sold some Bitcoins. So usually then in the next few hours, the Bitcoin outflow should lift up once again. So let me check. They sold, it's 17 million, so it's not big at all. As you see here, it also looks really flat. That's the first activity since 2 days ago, so it's absolutely not big at all. However, we need to see. Let me check. Okay, that's futures. We don't know. No. Oh, I need. Yeah, here. So what we see here, we have derivative exchanges here, we have spot exchanges here. We have the purple line is showing us the stablecoin reserves on these spot exchanges, and this rose line here is indicating the Bitcoin reserves on spot exchanges. If we take a look, for example, what was the status of September 19th? We had there almost 1,018,000 Bitcoins. Now we have 1,026,000 Bitcoins, and that makes sense. So it's lifting up like it did just before. You remember it lifted up here. Now it's lifting up once again. Usually that means we should go down, and then all these accumulated Bitcoins will disappear after the new buyers will withdraw these Bitcoins. Something I would expect, and something it would also match, for example, to the current price action while we are still in this downward trend channel that, in my opinion, it's more bullish than bearish. Okay, so usually that means at a certain point, even after maybe the next retest of the lower trend line, we could go up. So also here it's too early. We need to see. At the moment everything looks like we failed once again to break at 19,200, and we will go down first. So we need to see. Now let us talk about futures. Funding rate lifted up very hard, afterwards it dumped, and now recovering once again, including open interest and leverage ratio even quicker than the open interest. Related to stable coins and derivative exchanges, after the huge outflow we had this morning of 600 millions once, that was one outflow, indicating someone to profit. It seems someone were expecting, not sure if he was longing, shorting, or maybe shorting and longing afterwards. However, it looks like he took profit, and well, hopefully for him he did a really good profit with that. Related to Bitcoins and derivative exchanges, extremely flat, really extremely flat. So we are talking here almost 1,000 to maximum 2,000 Bitcoin, but mostly outflows than inflows. So wondering me a little bit what's happening here. However, let us go forward and let us check what these guys are doing. So also here, aggregated view, we have leverage ratio lifting up. We have a funding rate that declined and now recovering, so also lifting up, and correlates very well to the open interest that also is lifting up. You remember what I said. They want to liquidate the profit takers. I mentioned that in my stream yesterday. So what does that mean? Well, exchanges are bleeding. I show you how how they are bleeding. That looks very, very bad. That's the activity on spot and centralized exchanges, and that's the activity related to futures and centralized exchanges. So if you see that, let us just go more to the downside. We are right now here. The purple line here is indicating exchanges withdrawing addresses. So people that are taking out, for example, spot assets, bitcoins, whatever. And the rose one, it's indicating exchange depositing addresses. So if you are sending your bitcoins to centralized exchange to sell, it will appear here. Only when this activity is high, it means that also retailers are very active, because it's not indicating any volume. It's just a count of operations, activity. And as you see, centralized exchanges reached a really crazy level of, at least on depositing addresses, looks even better than withdrawing. So also here indicating people are sending more bitcoins, or at least more market actors are more actively sending assets to centralized exchanges than taking out assets from centralized exchanges. Even then, we reached a level of October, November 2015. If that's not crazy, what should I say? Even on the other side, exchange withdrawing addresses, we are here, and that means something like May 2017. So even if we check, for example, here, futures, exactly the same, depositing transactions, violet or purple, rose, withdrawing. Withdrawing really low, so indicating here a level of between 2017 and 2015. If we are checking, for example, here, deposits, it's almost the level of October 2020. However, that's of course absolutely not bullish for centralized exchanges, and it means they are just making less money, a lot less money. So it wouldn't surprise me if we will see more bad news related to centralized exchanges. Some CEOs that will step down. For example, Kraken announced yesterday that their CEO is going to step down, like we know from Michael Saylor as well, but also some reduction of staff in centralized exchanges. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we are going to see that, because that's looking extremely weak at the moment. So what we see here, to go back to the futures and liquidations, what they are doing is, when they are noticing the price is going down, they shake out late shorts. So they are liquidating profit takers. Means go up, more up, and then you also see that even the liquidations are starting to decline, and then the price starts to go down. High leverage, as you see, and that's incredible how quick these guys are. Also indicating we have a lot of gamblers, once again very active here, and so they will try to shake them out as much as possible. That's Binance. Binance here, funding rate, wow, like a rocket, pushing up very hot, indicating they are just demanding more longs, much more longs, while purple line, leverage ratio, lifting up even more than open interest. Open interest, it's recovering right now, but you know, it doesn't look great, absolutely. So let us go forward. So blockchain whispers, something I really I don't know. I was analyzing the data, and yeah, I lost just a little bit the path, to be honest. However, we have of course here still too many longs. I mean, and longs will come as much we go to the downside, more longs will come right now. However, shorts are growing here, but anyway, 67 to 33 also indicating here we still have too many longs there, just too many longs. Even here, very close to Bitcoin as well, Ethereum indicating exactly the same. Let us access even more alpha. What? Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, I need to check. However, here. We have at 19.6, and look, we have now liquidation cluster volume 100 million. We had just few days ago on Binance even 30 million, where I said what? Now 100 millions. Okay, and we have this big cluster here, and well, the next big one on the long side would be here. So it would even make sense to go more to the upside than to the downside to liquidate them. Even I see, yeah. So the next bigger one would be at 19.6. Interesting. 19.6. That was yesterday's my short entry. Okay. Let us see if that's the same on FTX and how their volume looks like. Takes a little bit. I need some elevator music or something for this breaks. So on FTX, from 1,800 lifted up to 2,500 liquidations. I guess it's liquidations in case of. I don't know why they changed the scale from millions to liquidations now. I really don't get that. However, if we check that, so at least for FTX, it doesn't make sense just to go up and to liquidate this. It will even make more sense to go down and to liquidate 17.5. Everything would be extremely attractable for FTX to liquidate them, would be at 15k or even 13.3 on the short side. The next bigger one 23.2, and then 27, 28, so nothing big, and even doesn't really match to Binance. So that's it. So let us see what's happening here to the CBDs. Well, first of all, I don't see anything that gives me a little bit of hope right now to push up more, to have a break of this 19,200 at the moment. So everything looks like we will go down and retest that lower area. I mean, they lifted up, but it's CBD and not big at all. I mean, even the aggregated spot CBD here not indicating anything big. And look, that's Bitcoin collateral futures, where I said extremely low activity. It's doing the opposite of stablecoin collateral futures. So maybe a sign they are starting, they are buying or something. We need to see. But very interesting. It's the first time since a while that Bitcoin collateral futures CBD is doing the opposite of the stablecoin futures CBD. That was FTX. Binance lifting up a little bit, but absolutely not big. And the main driver, it seems, also here related to the aggregated. Bitfinex, wow, they are distributing. I mean, yeah, lifting up afterwards, but they are still distributing, clearly distributing. So more sellers than buyers. And well, I mean, Coinbase, it's always the same, right? So let us check what's happening here. Entities, retailers reducing a little bit their balances. Guys with less than 10 bitcoins in their wallets, maintaining, not doing anything at the moment. These guys lifting up, so accumulating even more. Potentially some guys bought another bitcoin and now they are here instead of they have a wallet now with 11 bitcoins or whatever. So however, lifting up. So we can say that still every wallet with less than 100 bitcoins is still very bullish on Bitcoin. These guys here, once again, we will see. Is that accumulation? I don't think so. Looks too slowly. What they love to do is make quick profits. So buy, so rise the balances. When the price goes up, start to decline their balances once again. We need to see if that's going to happen here again, because Bitcoin price is reducing. Usually they start to buy, and so on and so forth. And when Bitcoin price goes up, it's a nice indicator also, because when they start to rise their balances, usually we will go up at certain points. So they are starting to accumulate quick. Market maker entities, surprise. I don't know why I have such a good connection to these guys here, but they declined once again. And they did a new low. No, it's still 4,890,000, but it's really low. While, of course, when the market maker entities are declining its balances, what happens exactly? Those entities must be related with exchanges, lift up imbalances, indicating they are sending bitcoins to exchanges, well, to let them make some vacation. If we take a look here, market maker, after yesterday,
this still looks bearish, by the way. I wanted to see this, but probably at some point they're going to push it to the downside. So still not believing in the bullish case. So the 15 minute here, I think we can have a short. Let's see how the 1 hour looks. Yeah, on the 1 hour we can still have some upside, so maybe we should wait more. Yeah, why not? The daily looks bullish. This is the only thing that I don't want to short right now. Yeah, that's it from my side. Yes. Have a good Friday. And don't overwork